Hi, this is Vince Coe. Sorry I couldn't be with you in person today, but I hope you'll enjoy this portion of our presentation. As we continue to look at the ideal social media campaign for the Mihaylo School of Business, we need to be sure to identify who we're talking to and where to reach them online. Putting together a social media campaign without first conducting the right research will lead to inefficient resource allocation and eventually subpar outcomes. For the purpose of this campaign, we've identified several core members of our target market: local college undergrads, local young professionals, and parents of both these two categories. We'll talk about that in more detail later, but I should note that these groups are not the only consumers of the Mihaylo product, but focus in these three areas will generate the most impact to the college while maintaining a consistency in branding. For example, while Mihaylo attracts a large number of international students, it does not currently focus on this demographic as part of its overall marketing strategy. But before we go on, let's take a quick look at some of the colleges who are being recognized for their work in the social media space. We want to identify how successful colleges currently market themselves through social media to get an idea of some of the best practices already in use by the industry. To start, we identify the top 5 colleges as rated by Student Advisor, as well as a few key statistics related to Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can see at the top of the charts are the big names such as Johns Hopkins, Harvard, and Notre Dame. But for the purpose of this presentation, I will not go into what has made each of these schools successful, but suffice it to say that these schools provided a wealth of information and ideas. Back to our target markets, the first group we focus on are undergrads in the area. Studies have shown that 56% of undergrads plan to attend graduate school immediately after graduation. With this in mind, we want to be top of mind as these students get closer and closer to graduation. Now, in terms of social media usage, it should be no surprise that the majority of college students spend their time on Facebook and YouTube. We did find it interesting, however, that there was minimal usage of Twitter, MySpace, and other social media tools. The next group we focus on includes local young professionals. Now, these would generally include those between the ages of 25 through 30 who are employed and advancing in their careers. While we saw that 56% of students intend to continue on directly to grad school, 24% plan to wait several years before starting their graduate studies. Now, this group is very active in social media. As you can see, 91% of them have a Facebook account and even check their accounts several times a day. In addition to that, this group has a higher tendency to use Twitter, but at 25%, it's still a relatively small number of this population. And our last group of focus includes the parents of both undergrads and young professionals. While they are not direct consumers, we know that they hold a lot of influence over their children's decisions regarding schooling. Looking at their statistics, we see that social media use is relatively high, with 72% of them actively participating in some sort of social network such as Facebook. It is interesting to note that while media sharing is significantly lower than the younger audiences, quite a few of this group participate in microblogging such as Twitter. We also see that 20% choose not to participate at all in online social activities. Now, to recap, all three groups participate to a large degree in social media. The most usage lies in Facebook and YouTube, with the minimal use of Twitter and other blogs. These trends can easily change over time, so we'll want to keep an eye on these figures as time goes on. Thank you all for your time, and I look forward to seeing you all in our next class.